Look at this photo and think about what you see. Perhaps a few chess pieces, maybe a few people, or maybe even both. The differences in interpretation is due to perception. Before we can perceive the world around us, we must first take in environmental stimuli. Our five senses take in these stimuli, which is sensation, something typically the same for all individuals. Once a stimulus is picked up by a sensory receptor, our body transports this information through our nerve cells and into our brains so we can make sense of it. This is our perception of information, which is different for everyone. Gestalt principles are a psychological theory explaining why perception works. The word Gestalt means shape, form, or the whole. Gestalt principles describe how humans group similar elements, recognize patterns, and simplify complex images when we perceive them, and there are 6 principles. The first is closure. Closure is when an object is incomplete. However, the image can still be perceived because the eyes are able to fill in the gaps. Although the outline of the panda is missing in this example, one can still make it out because the eyes can fill in the top of the head, the panda's back, and the legs to make one image. Next is similarity. Similarity is when an image appears to be a single unit because objects look similar. Take leaves on a tree, for example. These pine needles all look the same, which allows us to perceive each set of stems as one whole leaf. Next is figure ground. Figure ground is when the eye separates an object from its background. In this image, the object is the two faces looking in, while the background is the vase shape they make in the middle. Next is symmetry. Symmetry is when people perceive symmetrical images as part of a unified group. Take abstract geometric shapes, for example. Each shape is identical on both sides, causing the eye to view them as one whole. Next, we have proximity. Proximity is when elements are placed closely together to be perceived as a group. In this image, the 3 people sitting at the table are seen as one, while the 2 people in the background are seen as a separate group. This is because of the proximity of the people in each respective location. And lastly, we have continuation. Continuation is when the eye is compelled to move with an image. In this example, the dots make a spiral shape, causing the eyes to follow them in a circular motion. To recap, today we discussed Gestalt principles of perception and how they allow us to group similar elements, recognize patterns, and simplify complex images. And they help explain why perception is different for every individual. It's the process of our brains making sense of the world around us.